Rob, there's an elephant in the room.
Where?
It's called music streaming. Should artists be wary of this or embrace it?
It's a big question, I think, that lots of artists have spoken about. Like, is anyone here on Spotify? Can you raise your hand? So loads of people on Spotify, that's pretty impressive. So there's obviously a big debate of whether Spotify or stream, not to just any streaming service, your music can be discovered. I think generally, you know, if I was still writing music and stuff, I would get my content on Spotify, because obviously, or Deezer or whatever, because you earn money from it. And it's something that you should definitely try and embrace, because the trend is more and more people are subscribing to these subscription services, and it's an opportunity for you to make money. But I would still, again, I'd have your music there. I would still then, you know, press CDs, and when you do live gigs, I would make sure you try and sell CDs. You know, when I was touring and stuff back, you know, a couple of years ago, I made more money from selling CDs to people just live than I will ever make, I think, from revenues from iTunes, YouTube, streaming, because it's £5 rather than very, very small amount per stream, and obviously that is then one transaction. But I do think that all these services are good for musicians and the music industry as a whole, because it's a new revenue stream for artists. And a lot of people maybe are saying that streaming services are bad because they don't give artists a huge amount of money, but I look at it as a long-term thing of that it may give you the opportunity to earn money over a long period of time, rather than just for 1 year you get your record deal, you get signed and you make your hundreds of thousands. This could be the opportunity for you to make money for the next 20, 30, 40 years if these services stay around.
A lot of people criticise, say, like Spotify, because, you know, you get like 0.1p per stream of your track or something like that. But, you know, if you get played on Radio 1, you signed up with PRS, you get, what, like 40 odd quid for your song being played. But your song could be played to like 7 million people on Radio 1. Whereas if it's streaming on Spotify, you're just going to like one set of ears. So it kind of is, it does work out in relation. It's not a bad thing, it's not a thing to be afraid of. You're not getting ripped off as an artist.
No, I don't think you are ripped off, because you're exposing your content to more people. And I think that's a really, really good thing to, you know, there's been lots of music economists talking about how they compare a play on Radio 1, like you say, to, you know, if you were to be played to 7 million people on the Nick Grimshaw show, and then played 7 million people on Spotify, you probably make more money through Spotify, and you would also claim your PRS royalties, you claim your mechanical royalties, and so on and so forth. The other thing is, you know, with YouTube, I think Psy, who obviously had more than a billion views of Gangnam Style, he was earning more than $1 per 1,000 views. So that relation, again, you're not earning very much per view, but if you go viral and all of a sudden you have 1 billion views, and the other thing to remember is it didn't stop people from buying music. He was still #1 in multiple territories. And, you know, in the US, he was #1, and you obviously have to sell a huge amount of records to become #1 there. And it was just, you know, a continual thing of earning money via Spotify, Deezer, iTunes. It all works together. It's not just sort of, I've got my song on iTunes, so it doesn't have to be anywhere else. I think music fans will go everywhere. You know, I have 2 streaming accounts. I buy CDs, I buy songs on iTunes. I will consume music however I want if the music is there to consume. And I think that's the most important thing, is that it looks like everyone's doing it right, because you all raised your hand saying your content's on Spotify to be able to listen to. So, but I think you should just embrace it, and it sounds like everyone is.